Hey everybody, this is Mary and Cowie Owen.
And this is David Owen.
And this is You Show Me Yours Rewatches Degrassi Junior High, Episode 1, Kiss Me Steph.
Yes, this is our little experiment for the year of 2026 where we go back and rewatch Degrassi Junior High in between regular episodes of the show. So you may have heard, as we were running a pre-roll for quite some time, that every first Wednesday you're going to get a regular episode, and the next 3 Wednesdays, or if there are 4 Wednesdays, the 4 Wednesdays, however the month might shake out, every other Wednesday,
all the other Wednesdays,
all of the other Wednesdays. The wording is escaping me. Is going to be Degrassi. So we're going to do our best to squeeze in all 41 episodes in a year. We might skirt over into January before we can actually finish. I'm not 100% sure, but
it's an adventure.
Technically, I think that we'll be like 10 episodes over the 52 weeks that happen to be in every single year. So we're going to figure it out. But yeah, this is for those who don't know, Degrassi Junior High specifically, is a Canadian show that was shown on PBS in America. And we both encountered it in slightly different ways. Marian, why don't you tell us how you first encountered the show?
Yeah. So as longtime listeners know, in my household, if it was on PBS, it was A-OK. Anything else was suspect. And this came on, the show first aired in 87. And so I would say like 88, 89. It was on PBS in their afternoon block. Other kids my age were watching MTV, and we were watching PBS with Square One Television and 321 Contact and Degrassi Junior High. And because it was on PBS, my mom was like, okay, must be educational, teaching them good lessons. Well, it was just not the lessons that she thought. There's a lot about, not like that, but it was an after school special for the PBS crew.
Yes, an ongoing. It was 3 seasons worth of an after school special.
Very special episodes, all crammed into 30 minutes. With there's because there's the 3 seasons of Degrassi Junior High, and then there's Degrassi High. And we should mention the Degrassi juggernaut is never ending.
Yeah.
It started before the Junior High series as this show called The Kids of Degrassi Street, which I guess was like Degrassi Elementary. Totally different cast. No, I take it back. Similar cast, but they were all different characters. And then this and the high school, and then there was about 10 15 years, and then it was Degrassi The Next Generation, and then just called Degrassi, and then Degrassi The New Class. And it's just by this point, do we have the grandchildren of these kids all going to the same school? I don't know. And some of the characters from this set show up in the later seasons, and it's all very interconnected, but I haven't watched any of it, so I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, most weekdays, my brother and I would watch all these dramatic Canadian junior high and high schoolers experience things like racism and sexual harassment and rape and AIDS and mental health and teen pregnancy. And in this case, running for school president and the pain of your parents' divorce, except not really.
Yeah,
apparently. Yeah. So, right? Yeah. So, so this episode.
Hey, David, how did you first encounter the show?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for asking, Marian.
Sorry. I just got on my soapbox about PBS.
Thanks. Wow, that was nice of you. Thank you for asking. So the way that I encountered the show was it was mandatory to watch it in health class in the Randolph County school system in middle school. So junior high, in the South, many of us called it middle school for some reason.
Well, it's different. Middle school is 6, 7, 8.
Nope.
What?
6, 7, 8 is junior high and is middle school.
Well, in this case, so
right, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in America we have K through 5.
Yes.
And then we have 6, 7, 8. Some people call 6, 7, 8 middle school, and some people call 6, 7, 8 junior high.
Okay. Well, my understanding was that junior high is specifically 7, 8 or 7, 8, 9.
I went to Archdale Trinity Middle School, right? There, in other parts of the state, that same set of grades, 6, 7, 8, was called such and such junior high.
Oh, okay.
So we called it middle school. Some places called it junior high.
Okay.
You may be right in that technicality, but that has never stopped the South from misusing words. So yeah, it could be that junior high is like, but also the way my school was organized, and this stopped. Actually, the year I was in 5th grade, the way that Randolph County used to organize their school, and this really doesn't matter anything for this podcast or any of this, but I just want to talk about it. Is it was K through 3, so it went K through 3. And then you went to a separate school for 4th and 5th grade, just 4th and 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went K through 3 in one school, and then I went to Braxton Craven, which was the 4th and 5th school. And then we went to middle school, where we were forced to watch Degrassi Junior High in health class. And that's my story.
Did you watch the whole run, all 40 plus episodes?
No, we watched as much as we could. I think we got through the first 2 seasons, maybe.
Okay. And then your teacher was like, "Hey, if you want to see more, it's on PBS."
Yeah, you can watch it anytime. And I don't know how it was shown on PBS around here, or if it was. I assume because all the PBS channels are different, and they're not all run in the same national broadcast.
Right.
So I don't actually know if it was shown around here. I'll try to look that up for the next episode and see if it was actually available on regular PBS. But yeah, so we were forced to watch it in a hopes that we would take those moral lessons away with us, and not get teen pregnant or get teen drunk,
teenage, or teen drunk,
whatever.
or teen date rape, or
and everybody thought it was goofy, but at a certain point it got to this thing that was like, well, we get to watch a TV show in class, so it's not that bad, right? But of course at first we were just like, these people talk weird, or at first we were like, man, these people talk weird,
right?
They don't know how to talk English. Speak English.
The Canadian accents do come through every so often. It's pretty great.
So that was that was my experience. Yes, forced viewership.
Yeah. But you learned to love it. Right?
Yeah, somehow developed a love for it.
Yeah. Well, it's such a huge ensemble cast, and if you certain characters will be in the background. If they're not in the A or B plot, they'll be in the back, and they have little world building, which I know you love, and character building things in the background. And so you learn more about the characters even when they're not in the forefront. And you develop favorites over the years.
Oh yeah.
And so you feel like, it's like any soap opera. You feel like you know them. It's not a soap opera, but it basically is.
Oh yeah.
Like a teen-friendly soap opera. And especially since there's this larger universe where some of the characters go on to high school and you see them grow even more. And, some of them are just really unpleasant because that's like their MO as teenagers. And some of them are sweet all the time and have problems, and it's a lot of character depth for a 30-minute show and a cast this big.
Oh yeah.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
So. Well, we ready to talk about this episode?
Let's do it. And this episode will be longer than most. Our goal is to keep these brisk, so brisk show, brisk episodes. Yeah, the hope is that the podcast is not longer than the episode we're talking about.
We'll work on it. Yeah. So this episode is called "Kiss Me, Steph," and the first person that we meet in the episode is actually Stephanie K, not Stephanie Kobolowski. She's going to school on the first day, and she meets her younger brother, Arthur. And she tells him, "Don't talk to me. Mom and Dad got divorced. You live with Dad. I live with Mom." It's some great exposition. Not at all awkward. And we changed our last name to K, Kaye. She literally does spell it.
Yeah.
You guys are Kobolowski. I don't know you. We're not related. God bless Arthur. He is just the dorkiest little guy. Pudgy face, just sort of a baggy t-shirt. I think it's hard to tell this episode. It could last 2 days. It could last 2 weeks because there's a lot of costume changes that don't really line up. But he's wearing the same t-shirt for way longer than anyone else is wearing their same wardrobe. And you noticed he's got a pen clipped to the neckline, the crew neck, except so it droops and it looks kind of like a V-neck. And, and just like, oh, sweet little dork. You are going to be a very accomplished, well-mannered man when you grow up. But that is so far off right now. And he's got these great lines through the whole thing, like, grade 6 was never like this. What I was like, I know they use that as a tagline in the ad for the show. Or, this is a very confusing school. Oh God. But
really, he speaks in sound bites.
He really does.
Little like dad jokes.
He really does. But he's the B plot. So back to Stephanie and the A plot. So when Stephanie gets to school, she is wearing a very mommified cotton blouse and long cotton skirt. The blouse is tucked into the skirt. She's very covered, very appropriate, which was the thing at the time. All of us girls, we dressed like our mothers because that was what you did. And then she gets to the bathroom, meets her best friend Vula. They haven't seen each other all summer, but they're still best friends. Okay.
That's
okay. And she immediately takes off the blouse and skirt and reveals her a fairly skimpy top. And were they like bike shorts? Or leggings
like
or
that.
something?
Yeah, leggings or something like
Very
that.
tight pants underneath. And she clips the neckline of the shirt to the hem of the shirt. So it's like a deep V neck and it's also a crop top. And she frizzes out her hair and puts on makeup and it's just like, it's my new image.
Puts on some real, period makeup.
Oh yeah, blue eyeshadow, blue sparkly eyeshadow. Like, wow, it's a whole thing. And like, whoo. Now, for context, I wore uniforms to school.
Yeah.
So we're talking plaid skirts. When you kneel down, they have to touch the back of your calf, and blouses that were so coarse, like they could be used as sleeping masks. Like you couldn't see anything through them. So I don't have a lot of context for what 8th graders wear to school, but this feels like not very appropriate.
Yeah, no, this outfit was this outfit was a violation at my school.
Yes.
Yeah, like you weren't allowed to show your midriff, any of that stuff. Definitely no developing cleavage, none of that. The inappropriate. I don't think skin tight leggings were allowed.
Probably
without
not.
like something over top, like a skirt or something.
Certainly not. Yeah, that was the era of like your butt can't be showing, so there's a skirt or something over your butt. Yeah,
like this was pretty much. Yeah, this was a straight home. Your parents are coming to pick you up.
But apparently Canadians are more enlightened because the teachers don't even bat an eye at her. Yeah. But her fellow students do, including Joey Jeremiah, who I have to say I remember as being sort of the heartthrob of this series. But as frequently happens, I look back as a woman in her 40s now at a 13-year-old boy and think, oh my God, what a twerp.
Oh yeah.
I want to snap you like a twig and like you are awful.
Yeah.
He talks a big game about sexy things.
Yeah. He calls himself a playboy.
Yeah, and he's like, wanna play, and like does this lascivious thing with his eyebrows. Yeah. But if a girl said, oh yeah, he would be like,
yeah.
I hear my mom calling. So like, yeah, completely inexperienced, but don't tell anybody that. And he thinks that he likes the new Stephanie. And Stephanie's getting a lot of attention. And at some point there's an announcement over the loudspeaker about, run for student council. And, school president is reserved for 8th grade. And Stephanie's like, I could do that. And Vula, who is basically like, I don't know why Vula is friends with Stephanie. Honestly, they do not seem all that similar.
Sure. But I think that's the thing about friends, right? Is you become friends with kids. And then this is about the time where you start developing your own personality, and you and friends can tend to grow apart.
Yes. Yes.
6th, 7th, 8th grade, that sort of time. I think it's possible that it is they were both kind of dorky in the early
Yeah.
years, or just kind of gravitated towards each other,
And then
lived on the same street.
Yeah.
Like there's some that's sort of the qualification for friends is like, I don't
That's
know,
true.
we got
Proximity
assigned
is,
seats beside each other on the bus, and now we're best friends.
Yeah, that's true. Well, but then apparently this summer, Stephanie was like, "Ooh, I have boobs. Okay,
Right.
let's show them off." And Vula, by the way, like ankle length skirts and high neck blouses. I mean, like if you thought Stephanie was mama-rific, Vula is like grandma-rific. Like,
Oh yeah.
when I watched this the first time, even then I was like, "Oh, Vula is kind of a drip. I don't like this at all." I was, that was me as a dork recognizing another dork and being like, I can't be too near of that. I'll get sucked into the.
I was going to say, Vula
hole.
has big young Marion energy.
Yeah. Yes. Well, she's very earnest and very sincere, and she talks Stephanie up and is like, "Yes, you'd be a great school president. I'll help you. I'll write your speech. Blah blah blah." And the speech is all things that Vula cares about.
Yeah.
More information on family planning. I was like, what?
Yeah. Hey, well, it's
that's
they
true.
could have used more information on
spoiler.
Someone in particular.
Yes. Spoiler. That is very necessary.
Yes.
But even I can't imagine 8th grade. They're talking. I mean, like in theory, I think you need to know about that. But anyway, talking about that in school would get shot down real quick.
Yeah, it really depends. I mean, like most kids have sex ed in 5th grade.
Yes.
And so
but calling it family planning is a whole other
maybe
thing.
It's that kind of thing of like, well, because honestly, we had sex ed in 5th grade and nobody mentioned it ever again.
Yeah.
And maybe it's that kind of thing of like, well, you told us how it all worked, and now we want to make sure that we're not, getting pregnant. And, and
that's sort of true. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Well, the American way is to just don't talk about it ever, and then shame them. Shame the kids when pregnancy happens.
Well,
but anyway.
Until the point where you can monetize it on a television show about teens getting pregnant.
Yes.
Then it's
Yes. Then
it's cool.
Then it's fine. So there's things in the speech about family planning, and we want current events in class. And I was like, okay. Does that mean like in history class, in English class? I don't really understand, but okay. And all these things that Vula clearly wants, and Stephanie's like, okay, whatever. Is this going to make me win? Sure. Well, at some point, Stephanie's giving a speech, and Joey, for some reason, he gives her a kiss, and she's like, "Oh, great," And then all the other boys are like, "I want to kiss you, Steph." And so everybody, the way the episode is framed, it makes you think it's going to be like a kissing booth, like, and she's like selling her kid. It's just this one time at this speech, and all the boys are like, going over and smooching on her and like peeking in her cleavage and blah blah blah, and it's. A lot of girls watching around, including like these very stereotypical junior high feminists with like heavy, harsh eye makeup.
Yeah,
and they
like
just mutter
green lipstick.
Yes, and they just mutter, "So sexist." And later somebody goes, "That's so pre-feminist," which is my favorite. I had forgotten that was even a term that anybody used, even though feminist as an ideology goes back like 100 years. So you have to go back pretty far to be pre-feminist, but and Stephanie's defending this like, it's just a kiss. It's no big deal. It doesn't mean anything. And Vula is, of course, horrified because the sanctity and the integrity of the campaign that she designed has been hurt.
This is not how one should win.
Right.
Yeah, but I have to say, the kid that they cast to be the "I'll vote for you for a kiss," Stephanie kid is he looks exactly like the kid that would trade a kiss for his vote. Like, that was perfect casting, that kid. He looks like a real creep.
Yes, I think that is Wheels, who changes later. He shows up later and he looks different. But this is like a very young Wheels, I guess. But yeah, he's got Joey Jeremiah energy. You can see why
he's got the kissy face, and he's very creepy.
Yeah, well, and it gets worse later. So then later on election day, Stephanie is she's changing in the bathroom and having another one of her, I think at this point it's a tube top. Yeah. And all the boys are outside going, "Kisses from Steph," or something like that.
Chanting for kisses. Basically.
Yes. And she comes out and she gives her speech in the hall, and this time she talks about the things that she wants in school. For example, co-ed swimming in gym class. And one of the boys is like, bikinis in gym class, and it just goes, Steph in a bikini, Steph without a bikini,
and then
I'm
the creep kid, the original kissy face boy is without a bikini.
Yes, to his credit, Joey Jeremiah does not say the worst creepy things. He's still creepy.
But Joey Jeremiah says perhaps the worst thing, which is you never know.
Yeah.
Like at the end, like, hey, vote for Steph. You never know what might happen. Wink,
wink, which is
so
really.
It's like,
and I will say, like, I did not like Stephanie much as a character, but watching this now, you can see some discomfort cross her face when this kind of stuff happens, and then she remembers, oh no, I'm cool girl,
right.
And it's like, oh, it's fine. Haha. Oh, it's oh, it's boys. Boys like that. You just have to, it's politics.
This is grade 8. You gotta,
She's big on this. It's grade 8. We're more mature. This is how it is.
Grade 8.
She doesn't say, Vula, you're such a child, but she might as well. So after this, she says, oh, well, whatever happens today, I just want to thank one person who has been by me, who stood by me and helped me from the beginning. And Vula is like, okay, good. She's going to thank me. It'll all be fine. And she thanks Joey.
Yeah.
What did Joey do? No idea. But
well, he rallied all the boys around her, and her political math on this is great because it is very much just
it's not wrong.
It's not wrong. It's just, well, I've my temptress ways have earned me all the boys' votes, and now all the girls will split their votes amongst the rest of the candidates, and I'll just win.
Mm-hmm. She's
I just cornered the market. And
those
you don't
humorless
like
shrews can vote for Snake with his guitar, and I will win. Yeah, cold and calculating, but she's not wrong.
Yeah.
So Vula, this is the last straw, and Vula walks away. Stephanie wins and then realizes, oh, I have to do work. I have to lead meetings, and I have to write a speech for the PTA. And she's clearly not getting it. She goes to find Vula and she's like, I need you to help me write the speech for the PTA. And Vula is like, bitch, you thought.
Right. And
at the beginning of the episode, Stephanie gave Vula a bracelet that looks like she swiped it from her grandmother's jewelry box, but okay. Yeah. It's like the bracelet for my
perfect with her
best friend. Yes, true. Bracelet for my best friend, and Vula has been wearing it and gives it back, and it's like, you can, okay, Miss President, you can have your popularity and your bracelet, and she throws it on the floor, and I was like, whoa, Vula, and she walks off with her skirt swishing around her ankles.
Yes,
and then Stephanie's like, oh, I fucked up. Okay. Goes outside with her prude clothes back on, going home.
So the idea being that she's changing back before in the classic teen girl ploy, she's changing at school and then changing back to go home.
And she went in the bathroom and with a cotton ball and tried to take off. Tried to brush out her hair, which is not going to work.
Yeah.
Because that frizz does not go away, and tried to take off her eye makeup, but also glitter eyeshadow does not go away quickly. So this is not long until she's going to get caught. And she's muttering, I'm still going to be the best president they ever had, even if I have to write my own speech, blah, blah, blah. Walks out, sees Arthur, and Arthur is very cute. He's like, don't worry, nobody's here, even though there are people in the background.
Yeah, there are clearly people.
But he's like, no one's going to know we're talking. Like, he accepts this whole ostracization thing from her very well.
Yeah.
And she says, oh, I have to write a speech. He says, oh, I could help you. Remember, I was valedictorian for 5th grade. They said my speech was, what was it, witty and perceptive.
Yeah, something like that.
And she says again, this is grade 8.
Yeah.
And he is awesome. He says, well, don't say I didn't offer. Okay, bye. And she says, Arthur, I need you. Freeze frame.
Yeah.
And I was like, you need him now, bitch.
Credits.
Once he helps you, are you gonna, But so the Arthur of it all, do you want to talk about the Arthur of it all in this episode?
Sure. Yeah. Arthur, when we follow Arthur inside, he's very confused by this big school, and he can't find his classroom, and happens into Joey Jeremiah, who proclaims himself the president of the welcoming committee.
Mm-hmm. Even though there's a teacher right there who clearly knows who Joey is.
This teacher also is implicated in all this because she doesn't warn poor Arthur.
Yes.
And so Arthur leads, Arthur is led eventually into, a broom closet and locked inside. And
then Joey keeps calling him this insult that I'd totally forgotten about, a broom head. And I was like, I need to bring that back.
Like, is that?
That's amazing.
When he first said that, I was like, is that racist in some way? Can I say broomhead? And I think it's okay. But yeah, and so he ends up locked in the room, and another confused student, Yik, happens by, and he frees him.
His name really is Yik.
Yes.
He's I think he's Cambodian. I remember from later. So
Yes,
just go with it.
and they make it to Ms. Avery's class.
I loved Ms. Avery.
Yeah.
If ever I find myself in front of a room full of kids and I'm a teacher, I will say I'm Ms. Owen, MS, Ms. Even though now it's all every teacher is Ms. It all blurs together. But anyway, I love Miss Avery.
Every teacher is bro.
Yeah.
And so they're becoming fast friends, and he warns Yik off of Joey Jeremiah, stay clear of Joey, but eventually Yik has his own run in with Joey and ends up likewise locked in a broom closet.
Yeah, and Arthur gets him out.
Yeah,
and
Arthur
all
frees him.
Yik has to say is, "I met Joey," which is
Yes.
again soundbite.
Yeah. But yeah, it's it's setting up our kind of dynamics that we have we're following some grade 7 and some grade 8 people.
Mhm.
And they become fast friends. They do the nerdiest thing possible. They get CB radios, or they get two-way radios, and they stalk out Joey's position and monitor his whereabouts on their map. And I love the bit where the girls are looking over down at Yik, who's trying to like make sense of the sectors on this map.
Yeah, this is much more Arthur's thing than Yik's, because Yik is like, wait, where's Sector B1?
Yeah.
And only refer to Joey by his code name. And
right, yeah, they're
great.
doing code names.
Yeah. And then this whole plot is Arthur finds Joey with Stephanie giving the speech, and then whatever plot they were going to do is just lost. You got the feeling that it was going to be a prank or whatever.
Yeah, they were going to try to get him back. Yeah,
shaving cream in the face.
Yeah, and so he Vola storms off by him and kind of gives him a look, like she's your responsibility, or like she's your problem now.
Did you notice when like Arthur's sneaking up on the door and he kind of gets his head up and through the window and he sees Stephanie in her tart glory, and he does this face like, I don't want to see my sister like that.
So they don't quite wherever they were going with their CB radio shtick. Yeah, we never quite get there.
Maybe episode 2.
Yeah, and then as you said, in the end, Arthur hides outside waiting for his sister, who doesn't want to associate with him, and we get our heartfelt moment in the end.
Maybe heartfelt. We'll see. I feel like this does not last.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of it. You'll find out as we do, because though we say we watched this, in our youth, that's the last time we watched this.
Yes.
So a lot of this is coming back to us as we see it. So
yes. Well, and as with so many things, when you watch it as a teen and then you watch it again as an adult, you have totally different viewpoints. For example, I thought Mr. Radich was horrible.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to. And now I'm like, oh no, I get it. I would be frustrated with Joey Jeremiah too.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I would have told the principal, please don't ever put that boy in my class ever again. But stuff happens.
Yeah, I would have held him after class just like he did.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's our little adventure in the first episode, as we're introduced to a handful of characters. We'll get more as we go. What did we want to? Oh, the one thing I think we did want to talk about is that is the divorce. So apparently in Canada, when parents get divorced and they have 2 kids,
they can
the dad
split
just
them.
gets the boy and the mom gets the girl, and that's just how divorce works.
It's like the Parent Trap, except more evolved, because that you have a sibling you're separated from. You just don't care, apparently.
And I also love the way that you were mentioning Stephanie is just like, you live with dad now and I live with mom and I can change my name just like she did. It's just this thing of like, well, this is just how it works here in Canada. You're the boy, so you live with the dad, and I don't want anything to do with our dad anymore.
Well, yeah, parents are always, well, from what from what I see on TV, parents are always telling kids, "I divorced your mom, not you. I still love you." But apparently no. In Canada, when parents get divorced, they divorce the kids too.
Well, yeah, but though Arthur, it does say hi to mom. Like, you can't call her. Like, what is going on? Like, I don't have her number.
It was the 80s. They didn't have phones yet.
Yeah. Send up the smoke signals or do the telegraph.
She doesn't have a two-way radio.
Right, yeah.
So
he's trying to reach her on the two-way.
Yeah.
Well, he took her two-way radio to give to
Yick. Yeah, that's
the problem.
Yeah, I really am I'm surprised by how charmed I am by Arthur. I mean, again, similar to Vula, it's like the nerd black hole. I don't want to get sucked in because, he was a good match for me at that age. I would not have found him cute though. He was just a little too. It was the pen on the shirt that just made me go, oh no.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is you always in I think middle school especially, but also in high school, you're always looking outside of your own class, like your own bracket.
Yes.
You're always looking up at least.
You want to go
one.
up. You want to. You crush up.
And just the way that you're not looking up. You're not looking down. The people above you are not looking down at you either.
Right. You have to date in your own circle.
Right. So many good opportunities are passing you by just because you're a class C and they're also a class C, and you're like, no.
I do recall, some guy in my class said hi to me once, and I was like, ew, no. I mean, I didn't say that, but I was in my head. I was like, don't talk to me. I have no standing, but I have more standing than you. Don't do that.
And he was in the class below you, punching up towards you,
which there really wasn't far to go below me, but he was down there. He also was a ginger.
Yeah.
So
that would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, but poor sweet Arthur. Now I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, you are going to have a miserable high school experience, but then you're going to get to college and you'll shoot up to your full height.
Right. You'll hit your.
You'll be a math or science nerd and you'll make money and you'll get some confidence and then your life will begin.
Yeah.
And
there will be some girl someday who goes, oh, why didn't I see him in middle school?
Yeah. And Vula will finally show off her collarbone.
Right. Yeah.
And you'll go, oh, it was you all along.
Yeah. Though I do remember as a kid oddly liking Vula a little bit.
Oh,
because she was that just kind of mousy nerd that at the time I was I was kind of a rough kid in middle school. I hadn't really found my nerdiness yet. I was kind of a misbehavior. And she was this polar opposite, Miss, goody two shoes kind of character. Cause
she's very sleek.
Yeah. And so she was very, I was just she's okay. Yeah. She's all right.
Well, yeah, she's dorky, but in a way that there's some class and money behind the dorkiness.
Yeah.
She's wearing grandma clothes, but it's rich grandma.
Yeah. She has the air of her station.
Yes.
About her.
Well, and I do appreciate now, she's kind of a drip, but she knows when she's being used and she is not afraid to say, peace out, bye-bye. I am too good for this. She knows her worth and she's not going to put up with being poorly treated. So I appreciate that about her. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, so it wouldn't be a show aimed at teens without a moral. So what would you say the moral of this is? What's your take?
Yeah, I don't know. It is a weird sort of, is this episode primarily about a young woman learning the dangers of using her sort of feminine charms and because now she's got a lot of responsibility. She used her sex appeal to unintentionally get a difficult job.
And now she has the job. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think she has learned just yet. I shudder to think how that's going to go. I don't remember.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. It feels like some mix between don't leave your best friends, but take your best friends for granted. And also hey, ladies, be careful where you shake that thing.
Or kind of, be careful what you wish for, which is almost a little bit victim blaming, but
yeah, a little bit.
She's not quite a victim yet. But yeah, I think it's more remember who got you there, your friends and your dorky brother.
Yeah.
And
you're don't forget
don't forget the little people.
The little people.
Dorks will save you.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah. So yeah, it is. It's a fun. It's a fun episode. I think. Yeah, I think we kind of talked about this offline. A weird first episode.
Yes.
But it also sets the precedent for like what this is going to be. Like, yeah, it's going to be these like quick little self-contained, and there are going to be unlike a true sitcom where seemingly nothing from the previous episode lands or affects any character.
Mm-hmm.
There will be growth to some extent.
Yeah, and there are definitely some ongoing plots.
Yeah, but you kind of get, we're going to get this thing and it's going to effectively, most of it's going to resolve by the end.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we will be looking forward to seeing Steph as president and will we repair the Vula relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Can Arthur stay out of the broom closet?
I really got to remember Broomhead as an
yeah.
insult. All right. Well, the next episode is called The Big Dance. And it looks like it's Vula-centric. Vula's conservative father refuses to let her go to the upcoming school dance. Is her father the one who picked her clothes?
Probably.
Because, So.
Or he picked an appropriate wife for his conservative values she picks the clothes.
That's true. That is woman's work, picking clothes for your girl child.
No conservative man would pick the clothes
right.
for his daughter.
No.
For his son, perhaps, but never his daughter.
No. Well, so, all right. So y'all tune in next time for The Big Dance and we'll find out what's Vula's deal. And maybe she gets better clothes. I don't know. You can... I forgot what I was going to say.
Yep. Well, remember it now.
Okay. So we would love to know what you think about Vula, about Stephanie, about Arthur, about any of this. Did you watch this when you were a kid? Were you forced to in health class, or did you choose it on purpose like me?
Right.
Were you glued to PBS? You can reach us in a couple different ways. You can send us an email at ysmypodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, same handle. You can DM us, or you can check our feed where we have links to all of our latest episodes. We have episodes every week in 2026. The first episode of the month is going to be our standard You Show Me Yours thing where we show each other movies from before the first date. And the rest of the month, we're doing a rewatch of Degrassi Junior High. Next time will be The Big Dance. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.